In this presentation, you are going to learn about types of spectra. This topic is given in the last pages of the chapter 5, electromagnetic waves. Now you are going to learn about the classification of spectra. Here the spectra is classified into two categories, emission spectra and absorption spectra. You may have seen rainbow in the sky. That rainbow that is formed at the time of raining in the presence of sun. It is also a kind of spectrum that is naturally occurring one. Here the source is sun. The light from the sun that is incident on the raindrops. That raindrops, they act like a prism. The white light from the sun, it is split into 7 colors. That 7 colors, they are formed on the sky in the form of arc, and that beautiful rainbow that could be seen on the sky at the time of raining. Now we are going to see how the spectrum that could be viewed in the lab. The first one is light source. Any artificial lamp can be used. The light from the artificial source that is to be made to incident on the prism. That prism is a light splitting device. So the light that is made to incident on the prism, later due to dispersion, that white light is splitted into 7 colors. These 7 colors, they are made to cast on the screen, or directly you can view the 7 colors spectrum through your eye. So this is a simple arrangement by which we are able to observe a spectrum in the lab. To observe the spectrum in the lab, a sophisticated device spectrometer is required. With the help of spectrometer, we are able to observe the spectrum of various sources. In the meantime, we are able to measure the wavelength of spectral colors. Look at the diagram. Here, that source of light is placed in front of the collimator. The divergent rays from the source, it is converted into the parallel rays with the help of collimator. The parallel rays are made to incident on the prism. Prism splits the white light into 7 colors. The 7 colors are able to be observed with the help of your eye. All the 7 colors are appearing as a spectrum, right from violet up to red. Spectra is the plural form of spectrum. Here the spectra that could be classified into two categories. One is called emission spectra, the other one is called absorption spectra. Emission spectra itself can be classified into 3 categories. They are continuous, line and band emission spectrum. Absorption spectrum can also be classified into 3 categories. They are called as continuous, line and band absorption spectrum. Now we are going to see about emission spectra. What is emission spectra? As per the definition, if any light is emitted from the self-luminous source, that light must be allowed to pass through the prism. After incident on the prism, the light is split into 7 colors. Such kind of spectrum is called emission spectrum. In the name itself, the meaning is there. The light must be emitted from the source. That light must be observed with the help of a spectrometer. Such kind of spectrum is called as emission spectrum. Here we are going to see the classification of emission spectrum one by one. Here few sources of emission spectrum are given. The first one is mercury vapor lamp. Next one is burning coal, sun, incandescent lamp, crackers, CFL lamp, fluorescent lamp. All are the best sources from which we are able to observe the emission spectrum. If the light from any one of the sources, if they are made to incident on the prism, after dispersion, they are able to produce the emission spectrum. The emission spectrum that could be observed with the help of spectrometer. Now you are going to learn about continuous emission spectra. To observe the continuous emission spectra, the following sources must be used. First one is carbon arc lamp, or you can use incandescent lamp, or you can use candle light. Among the three, if you use any one of the sources, if the light from the any one of the sources, if they are made to incident on the prism, after the dispersion, you are able to observe the 7 colors. Look at the continuous emission spectrum which is shown below. The colors, they are overlapping on one another. See the first one, that violet, that is overlapping with indigo, that indigo is overlapping with blue, blue is overlapping with green. So like that, the colors are overlapping from one to other. So there is no demarcation between the two successive colors. There is no separation of areas between two successive colors. That's why this kind of spectrum is called as continuous emission spectra. The next type of emission spectra is line emission spectra. Here the spectrum, it contains plenty of lines, spectral lines. To observe the line spectra, you can use the following sources: mercury vapor lamp, or sodium vapor lamp, or atomic hydrogen lamp. Among the three, you can use any one of them. They are capable of producing line emission spectra. Mercury vapor lamp is a heterogeneous source of light. That's why all the 7 colors, they appear in the form of spectral lines. Sodium vapor lamp is a monochromatic light. That's why the 2 spectral colors are appearing in the form of lines. They are called as D1 and D2 line. Hydrogen, that is also another important source to observe the line emission spectrum. Look at the colors which are emitted in the form of line. Violet, blue and red. These 4 colors are emitted from atomic hydrogen lamp. The most important thing is the sources, they have atoms. These atoms, they should be in the excited state. If the atoms are excited to the higher level, by the time the atoms are capable of emitting line emission spectra. That's why line emission spectrum is otherwise called as atomic spectra. Here mercury, that is kept in vapor state. Sodium is also, that should be kept in vapor state. So it should be in atomic state as well as in the vapor state. Only then you are able to observe the line emission spectrum. Now we will see what is spectrum of sodium. Here the light from the sodium vapor lamp, that is made to incident on the prism. After dispersion, that yellow light is split into 2 spectral lines. The name of the 2 spectral lines are D1 and D2 lines. Here within the sodium vapor lamp, the sodium vapor, the atoms are in excited state. That's why they are capable of emitting line spectra. So on the screen we are able to observe the 2 lines. That's why this is the best example for line spectra. The last category of the emission spectrum is band emission spectrum. Here within the discharge tube, the substance or gases, they must be in molecular form. If the gases in molecular form, if they are excited, we are able to observe the band emission spectrum. Here in the spectrum, plenty of band-like structures are there. If you observe the bands very keenly, you are able to observe the fine structure of the band emission spectrum. So within the band, plenty of lines are there, spectral lines are there. In one end of the band, the lines are crowded. If you move from one end of the band to the other end of the band, the lines, number of lines, it becomes thinner and thinner and it fades away. Such kind of spectrum is called band emission spectrum. Here look at the sources. Here hydrogen gas molecular form, it is filled up in discharge tube. In another discharge tube, carbon dioxide in molecular form, it is also filled up within the discharge tube. They are capable of emitting their own band emission spectrum. The next one is about absorption spectra. Here in the name itself some clue is there. Here when the light which is allowed to pass through the medium or absorbing substance, then the spectrum obtained is known as absorption spectrum. That is the definition of absorption spectra. Here there are three kind of absorption spectrum are there. They are called as continuous absorption spectra, line absorption spectra, and band absorption spectra. The first one is about the continuous absorption spectrum. Look at the experimental arrangement. You can easily understand the meaning of continuous absorption spectrum. The light from the incandescent lamp, it is made to incident on the prism. After that, we are able to observe the continuous emission spectrum. Again, these 7 colors of the continuous emission spectrum, they are made to incident on the absorbing material. It's nothing but blue filter. Blue filter is nothing but blue colored glass. What will happen? The blue filter, this one will absorb all the colors and it allows the blue light alone. So on the screen, you are not able to see the remaining colors except blue. So the other region, other colored region, they will become dark and the blue alone appears on the screen. This kind of spectrum is called absorption spectrum. Specifically, this one occurs on continuous spectrum. No, that's why this is called as continuous absorption spectrum. The next category of the absorption spectrum is line absorption spectrum. Again, look at the experimental arrangement. The light from the incandescent lamp, it is made to incident on the prism. Due to dispersion, 7 colors are produced. These 7 colors, they will be in the form of continuous emission spectra. These 7 colors from continuous emission spectra, they are allowed to pass through the absorbing material. Specifically, we have to use cold gas. The gases that must be in cold gas. Cold gas means their temperature must be relatively low when compared to the source of light. So what they will do? They will absorb certain wavelength of light. After the absorption of certain wavelength of light, the rest of the colors, they will appear on the screen, and the absorbed wavelength, they won't appear on the screen. That absorbed portion, they will be formed in the form of dark lines. So absorption spectrum will have dark lines. This kind of spectrum is called as line absorption spectrum. So the dark lines, they will appear in the form of lines. That's why this is called as line absorption spectrum. Here we are going to learn about line absorption spectrum of sodium. The light from the carbon arc lamp, it is made to incident on the prism. Due to dispersion, continuous emission spectrum is produced. These colors of continuous emission spectrum, they are allowed to pass through the absorbing medium. It's nothing but sodium vapor in cold state. Sodium atoms in cold state, they will absorb the 2 wavelengths of yellow. After absorption, on the screen you can see 2 dark lines in the continuous emission spectrum. Since the 2 dark lines are present on the continuous emission spectrum, this is called as line absorption spectrum of sodium. The last one is band absorption spectrum. The light from the carbon arc lamp, it is made to incident on the prism. After dispersion, 7 colors are produced. These 7 colors, they will be in the form of continuous emission spectrum. This light from the continuous emission spectrum, either they have to be allowed to pass through the iodine vapor or through the diluted chlorophyll solution. So this iodine vapor or chlorophyll solution, they will act as a absorbing medium. So after absorbing certain wavelength of light, what will happen? The spectrum, it won't have certain bands. Certain bands are disappearing. Instead of the disappearance of the bands, their dark regions will be created. Such spectrum is called as band absorption spectrum. Fraunhofer dark lines. Here, if you observe the spectrum of the sun, that is solar spectrum, you are able to see plenty of dark lines in the solar spectrum. That is the best example for line absorption spectrum. Now we are going to see the reason for the occurrence of the dark lines in the solar spectrum. See the sun, the middle on the central portion of the sun, that one will be too hot. Sun is also having atmosphere. In the sun's atmosphere, plenty of elements they are in the plasma state, that is in ionized state. Compared to the central core of the sun, the atmospheric portion of the sun is relatively cooler. So what will happen? The light from the surface of the sun, they are passing through the atmosphere of the sun. The elements which are present in the atmosphere, what they will do? They will absorb certain wavelength of light. After absorbing certain wavelength of light, the light which comes from the sun, it has to travel to the greater distance. That is traveling through the space. Finally, it is reaching the earth. As an observer, you are observing the sun spectrum. After observing the sun spectrum, there you are able to see the dark line in the sun spectrum. If the sun is not having atmosphere, the spectrum will be purely in the form of continuous emission spectra. So in the background of the continuous emission spectrum, plenty of dark lines are appearing. So these dark lines that shows that the presence of the elements which are present in the atmosphere of the sun. So with the help of Fraunhofer lines, we are able to estimate and identify the elements which are present in the sun's atmosphere in plasma state. Each element present in the sun will produce a unique pattern of spectral lines. Scientists can use the lines to identify the elements in the star's atmosphere. In 1987, a stamp has been released to honor the scientist Fraunhofer.